Hyundai and Kia overstated mileage. The tip of the iceberg. Well, Hyundai and Kia Motors have been caught red-handed overstating the mileage of their vehicles, telling people they're going to get 30 or 40 miles per gallon, and car owners are not getting those figures. I think the EPA made a deal with Hyundai to reduce the damages to Hyundai. I believe instead of 1 mile per gallon off, I think the figure is more like 10 miles per gallon off and overstated. So the EPA is saying it's between 1 and 6 miles per gallon. I think it's more like 7 to 10, because who cares about 1 gallon? So I think they made a deal with Hyundai just to say, well, let's try and reduce some of the damages to you, and we'll just tell people it's only 1 gallon off. And what does 1 gallon do for someone who goes back and forth to the dealer and complains about the gas mileage? They have spent more than 1 gallon going back and forth to try to get repairs to their vehicle, or to try to figure out why they're not getting good gas mileage. But this is a top-down problem. The manufacturer has to lie. John Krafcik has to lie. The hundreds of engineers and mechanics have to lie. The dealers and their owners have to lie. The government has to lie. The Better Business Bureau has to lie. The Bureau of Automotive Repair has to lie. The dealer has to lie. If they all lie for months and months and years, the lie works to the detriment of the unsuspecting car owner, who bears the frustrating task of taking their car back and forth only to be met with the brick wall of no repair and no truth. And of course, the salesperson has to lie. This is just a tip of the iceberg for Hyundai, and this is not the worst of it. Some of their cars face recall because the steering wheel was falling off. Can you imagine driving a car and the steering wheel is so loose that it starts to fall off while you're driving? I mean, how unsafe could that be? Defective motor mounts, which Hyundai still has not said how many cars were affected by the manufacturer defect motor mounts. The vibration caused by God knows what, or caused by a faulty emission system. The vibration in their vehicles, which Hyundai hasn't really completely addressed, and yet officials were quoted in one article as saying that Hyundai had worked very hard to eliminate the vibration and suspension problems, and yet the vibration and the suspension problems still exist to this day. Drivers are still feeling a vibration in their steering wheel. Why would there be a vibration in the steering wheel? The Hyundai handbook says check to make sure your steering wheel is not vibrating. Well, why would the steering wheel be vibrating? Why would there be a vibration there? At 15,000 miles, the Hyundai handbook says check to make sure your suspension bolts are not loose. Well, why would the suspension bolts be loose? What is wrong with their cars? What is mechanically wrong? It's just a simple question. If so many Hyundai owners are having similar problems and so many are not, then must be something wrong at one of the assembly plants that could cause such a disparity. And of course, if there's something wrong with one of the assembly plants, that should be easy to figure out. When I buy a car, I want to know the worst mileage it might get. I think perhaps erroneously a person sees that big sticker on the car that says 30 miles per gallon, and they don't look at the small print because it's in big print, and it's implied that that is the worst mileage you will get. If it says 30, that's implied that it's going to be 30 while driving around the city in traffic. If it says the top mileage should be 40, it's going to be expected that you're going to get around 40 if you're driving on the freeway at a steady speed. So the EPA still does not have it right because they won't tell the public what is the worst mileage you can expect in this car. I expect that the low number 30 means I will get that in city driving. But on my own Hyundai, and I've owned 2 of them at this point, I'm only getting 19 miles per gallon city driving. So I would rather you tell me the bottom line truth than continue the lie. Where did they get the 29 miles per gallon from anyway? I don't know. So Hyundai has worse problems. Charges of racial discrimination, insensitivity to minorities and those in protected classes, no discrimination policy, failure to provide warranty inspection, denial of public accommodation. The list goes on and on. In a court hearing, August 18th of this year, Francis Melodia, the service manager at Marina Automotive LLC, doing business as LA Hyundai at LAX in Inglewood, California, refused service to a car owner who happened to be an African American. But Francis Melodia, the service manager, admitted just a couple days ago on October 26 in a court hearing, she admitted that the owners had gotten together in advance and made up the plans to make sure that this car owner did not receive the warranty inspection that he was entitled to. So they met in advance. They did it on purpose. From Francis Melodia, the service manager. Now, if a sizable portion of car buyers of Hyundais are African American or other members of protected classes, John Krafsick should not be allowed to order retaliation by Hyundai against those protected members of a class who complain about their Hyundais. We don't know if perhaps maybe the odds are great that there was some type of whistleblower at Hyundai who said, look, these motor mounts are not proper. I don't think it's good to sell this car with these motor mounts like this. Perhaps there was a whistleblower or two, and we don't know what Hyundai would have done to that whistleblower. Perhaps the whistleblower was fired. But we do know that they've been overstating the mileage. And so maybe there was a whistleblower or two who brought that to Hyundai's attention. And Hyundai just said, oh, well, let's just not even listen to that person. But the biggest lie on the sticker on the car is 30 miles per gallon. That's a big lie. But the biggest lie about the Hyundai car is not on the sticker. The vibration, the motor mounts, the suspension bolts, these are the big lies that Hyundai is not willing to be open about. And it should not cloud your judgment about the repair problems with Hyundais. You should not allow the EPA problem and the mile per gallon to cloud your judgment about the mechanical ability of the rest of the car. More than likely, Hyundai and their engineers, which they probably have hundreds of engineers and they have hundreds of mechanics, more than likely they knew about this mile per gallon problem months and years ago, but it takes a lot of people to keep it a secret. Interestingly, I have an article here which you can probably find on the internet. It's entitled Hyundai Offers $85 million to settle horsepower suit. Hyundai offers $85 million to settle horsepower suit. But this article says it's from May of 2004. So it looks like, according to this article, if it's correct, that Hyundai was faced with the same problem in 2004, and this was affecting their vehicles then, where they were overstating the mileage that people would get from the gas consumption. So if this is true, then this is the second time Hyundai has done this, and it can't anyway be looked upon as saying, well, this was an accident, or we didn't do it on purpose. Well, it seems like you did it twice. So that's usually considered to be pretty much deliberate at this point. In a court hearing October 26, which is just a few days ago, Jeffrey Phillips appeared on behalf of Hyundai Motor America. Well, needless to say, Jeffrey Phillips didn't mention at that hearing anything about the EPA and gas mileage problem. When he was asked about does Hyundai Motor America have a discrimination policy, Jeffrey Phillips said he didn't know. Jeffrey Phillips, as well as Donald Quimby is an employee of Marina Automotive LLC, doing business as LA Hyundai at LAX. Don Quimby and also Francis Melodia also appeared at the October 26 hearing. The three were asked, can a customer force the dealership to honor the warranty? The three were asked, can a customer or a car owner force a person to work on the car? The three were asked, does the customer have a right to demand service? So what do you think was the answer from Jeffrey Phillips, Donald Quimby, and Francis Melodia? Well, their answer to those three questions was that either they didn't know what could be done, or Donald Quimby said that the car owner was never denied warranty service. Now, in fact, Jeffrey Phillips said that the car was never bought onto the Hyundai property. So if you're watching the pictures in front of you on the screen, you'll see a picture of the auto and the actual in the background, and it's clearly on the property of Hyundai, LAX Hyundai at LA Hyundai at LAX. It's clearly on the property on August 18th of this year. And after the police ordered the car off the property, it was parking outside the property for a short time. So why would Jeffrey Phillips say that the car was never on the property? I don't know. In fact, why would none of the three people be able to answer, can a car owner force a dealership to honor the warranty? If you read Hyundai's warranty booklet, it says very clearly, if you have a problem with the dealer, you should take the car to Hyundai Corporate. You should contact, Hyundai Corporate. If there's a technical service bulletin to be released, I'm sure that technical service bulletin is sent out by Hyundai Motor America to each dealer, and then that way Hyundai Motor is telling the dealer what to do on your car according to the service bulletin. So it seems that Hyundai Motor America does have some type of ability to direct the dealers what to do. And there's a number of other people that Hyundai Motor America will refer you to in the warranty if you have problems getting service. So on that date, August 18th, 2012, a car owner was denied warranty inspection and denied warranty service. Donald Quimby said that the car owner was not denied warranty service. So why Donald Quimby would lie about this, it's unknown, and especially in view of the article that just came out about the EPA mileage on Hyundais and Kias, it's pretty clear that there is a bit of lying going on here. So this is our broadcast for today, and you can obviously see in the pictures that are in front of you that the police were called out here to make sure that this car owner did not receive inspection of his vehicle. And there's other videos in this series where you'll see some of the other things that happen at this dealership. And you also see a copy of one of the signs that's outside of one of the Hyundai dealerships, and the sign says, "Thank you for your business. Ask about our service pledge. We are your tire, battery, and brake specialists. Ask about our service pledge." Well, I'm not going to read the service pledge right now, but it's pretty clear from the last couple of days that Hyundai does not honor that service pledge. And you'll see a picture here of an older 2010 Hyundai Accent. That's the one that had the vibration problem, which was never fixed by Hyundai. And Hyundai officials in Better Business Bureau arbitration, Hyundai official Jim Worrell examined the 2010 Accent, and as well as the arbitrator examined it, and they examined it a few months ago of this year, and they said in writing that they witnessed the vibration. But just a few weeks ago, or excuse me, a week or so ago, October 26, the three Hyundai officials who appeared in court said that the vibration had been fixed. Now, obviously, it couldn't have possibly been fixed if the last thing that happened was that the arbitrator and the Hyundai consultant said that they felt the vibration, so it couldn't have possibly been fixed. So why would the three on October 26th lie about this? Again, it seems to be the Hyundai way. And when they say thank you for your business, it doesn't seem to be directed at minorities. It doesn't seem to apply to those who complain about lack of warranty service and lack of warranty inspection at their dealerships. You also see the pictures of the police. These pictures have been seen before, and I guess that's the impression that Hyundai wants you to walk away with, is that if you come to their dealerships and you want to get repairs and you question something that you're not satisfied with the car, or something that doesn't seem to be running right, the picture that Hyundai Motor America wants you to have is that Hyundai Motor America wants you to have is that this situation will result in the police being called out to possibly have you arrested. So that's the message that Hyundai Motor America is giving out today.